So screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Uh, Today I'm starting cost accounting systems. So cost accounting system. So recording aspect of the cost records. How uh, cost records are maintained. So we are having two types of cost accounting systems. One is non-integrated accounting. Another one is integrated accounting system. When we maintain separate set of books of accounts for financial accounting purposes and cost accounting purposes separately, two sets of books of accounts are maintained. We call it as a non-integrated system of accounting. As the organization is small, it will be comfortable and two sets of records can be maintained. Information required for costing purposes can be taken from the cost records directly. So when the organization is growing, number of transactions increase, the volume increases, it will be difficult for maintaining two separate set of books of accounts. So these two books are merged into one set. We call it as integrated system of accounting or combined system of account. And so non-integrated system of accounting is a system of accounting. So first we should know the difference, then we can understand the journal entries part easy. Non-integrated system of accounting is a system of accounting under which separate ledgers are maintained for cost and financial accounts by accountants. For cost and financial accounts, separately they are maintained. So this system is also referred to as cost ledger accounting system. Under such a system, the cost accounts restrict itself to recording only those transactions which relate to the product or service being provided. So where product or service is involved, the cost accounting system is cost accounts are restricted for recording the cost of the product or service. So this leads to the exclusion of certain other expenses like interest, bad debts, revenue or income from other than sale of product or service. So non-integrated system contains fewer accounts when compared to with financial accounting because of the exclusion of purchases, expenses, and also balance sheet items like fixed assets, debtors, creditors. So debtors, creditors, all these personal accounts are not recorded and fixed assets not recorded. So items of accounts which are excluded are represented by an account called cost ledger account, cost ledger control account. So this is also called as general ledger adjustment account. So that's why the system itself is called cost ledger accounting system. Okay. Items of accounts which are excluded are represented by an account called cost ledger control account. The important ledgers to be maintained under non-integrated system of accounting in the cost accounting department are as follows: cost ledger, stores ledger, and so work in progress ledger, finished goods ledger. In cost ledger is the principal ledger of the cost department in which impersonal accounts are recorded. So this ledger is made self-balancing by maintaining therein a control account for each subsidiary ledger. Source ledger is representing raw material account. Work in progress contains accounts of unfinished jobs and unfinished processes. And so finished goods ledger contains an account for each item of finished goods or product manufactured or the completed job. So the accounts maintained are cost ledger control account, stores ledger control account or raw material control account, wages control account, manufacturing or production or works or factory overhead control account, work in process control account, administration overhead control account, finished goods control account, selling and distribution overhead control account, cost of sales account, costing P&L account. So in this order only, we are preparing the cost sheet ultimately. So let us see. So in integral system, we will be writing all the accounts. So complete analysis of costs and sales are kept. Complete details of all payments in cash are kept. Complete details of all assets and liabilities are kept. Under the system, general ledger adjustment account is not maintained at all. So that is maintained only. That is also called as cost ledger control account. That is maintained only in non-integral system of account. The advantage of integral system of accounting, we need not maintain two separate set of books of accounts, and we can get the information both for cost records and financial records. Both cost information and financial information we can get. Information retrieval is easy and quick. And when we maintain two separate sets of books of accounts, we have to maintain reconciliation. Here, no reconciliation is required. So because profits as per cost records and profit as per financial records will be different. So those details we will see. First, let us see how to record the journal entries. So all of you also just cooperate with me to know your feedback. What will be your knowledge in financial accounting? So credit purchase of material. When goods are purchased, what is the journal entry? When raw material is purchased by only by manufacturing concerns, what is the journal entry for purchase of raw material? Hello. So you know journal entry for purchase of raw material.
On cash means purchase to cash, sir. On
Okay.
credit means purchase to that personal that creditor's name.
Purchase to credit. So in financial accounting, for credit purchase of material, first entry you can see in serial number 1. A table is visible, no? Screen.
Yes, sir.
Credit purchase of material. So financial accounting purchases accounted are to creditors when goods are purchased on credit. In cost records, what we do, so for materials, we use the word material control account to general ledger adjustment account. That adjustment word is not printed here. That is because of maybe printing omission. So general ledger adjustment account or cost ledger control account. In any of these two words, you can use any one and use the same name throughout the system of writing journal entries. But
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Sir is on hold, I think, so, ma'am. Sir,
yes, one second.
Okay, sir.
I am adjusting the screen. Okay, first for purchase of materials, as per financial accounting, it is purchased to creditors. Under cost accounting, under non-integral system of accounting, it is a material control account debtor to general ledger adjustment account. Why we are using this word? Because creditors is a personal account. Personal accounts are not maintained. Personal accounts are not maintained in non-integral system. So wherever the personal accounts and real accounts, they are not maintained. Fixed assets are not maintained. So wherever real accounts and personal accounts are coming, we are using the word general ledger adjustment account or cost ledger control account.
Okay, sir.
Under integral system, we maintain all accounts. That is raw material control account debtor to creditors account. We use creditors account. So when we are maintaining integral system, I'm explaining you both the non-integral system and integral system simultaneously. Under non-integral system, we will maintain both financial records and cost records. So that is first two columns. And the last column is integral system. In integral accounts, we will not maintain financial and cost records separately. So integral accounts, one set of books of accounts is sufficient. So in integral system of accounting, we will maintain personal accounts, impersonal accounts, real accounts, nominal accounts, everything will maintain. So in cost, in non-integral system, we will not maintain impersonal accounts and personal accounts. So instead of that, we will complete the journal entry by writing general ledger adjustment account or cost control. That is cost ledger control account. Okay. Then for cash purchase of materials, it is purchased to cash or bank. And in in financial accounts, in cost records, it is material control to general ledger adjustment account, because bank account or cash account we will not maintain in non-integral system of accounting. In integral system of accounting, it is written as material control account debtor to cash account. So remember, so control accounts will come in non-integral system as well as integral system, and we will not call, we should not call as purchase account in integral system of accounting or non-integral system of accounting. So in pure, so control accounts are with reference to only cost records, cost accounting terminology. So then purchase of special materials for direct use in job. So when materials are purchased, whether you take it to the stores, normally we take it to the stores, and from there, on the basis of request made by the production department, they are issued to production department or factory. So therefore, whether they are routed through stores department from to the factory or directly given to factory, we are not worried. In case of financial accounting, this purchase of material means purchase account or to cash, to bank, to creditors. So in cost records, it is directly taken to work in progress control. Work in progress control to general ledger adjustment account. We will not maintain cash or bank or creditors in cost records. In integral system, we will maintain everything. So work in progress control, because materials are directly taken to production. So materials identified with jobs or products taken to work in progress control. Work in progress control to cash or creditors. Because in integral system, we will maintain everything. Then purchase of materials. Purchase of materials for repairs. So in case of financial accounting, purchase to cash or bank or creditors. And in cost records, we take it as factory overhead control to general ledger adjustment account. So cash or creditors we will not write. And we take directly to factory overhead control account. So it is considered as factory expense because they are used for repairs. In integral system, it is factory overhead control account or to cash account or creditors account, because for purchase of materials either on cash basis or credit basis. So any one of you can stop me when you are not able to understand any of the journal entries.
Okay, sir.
Okay, anytime, at any stage, any journal entry, instead of after completion of the whole scheme of journal entries, you please ask me, and we will spend even 1 minute, little by little. That's not a point. That's not a problem. So then materials returned to suppliers. So we are not going to study anything new, but we are going to study the same topic with new terminologies. That's all. So when we are purchasing the goods, we know that purchase to cash or creditors. When goods purchased on credit returned to suppliers, entries creditors to purchase returns. The same entry in financial accounting we are writing creditors to purchase returns. Purchase is only they wrote, it is creditors to purchase returns. So creditors is a personal account we will not maintain in non-integral system of accounting. So instead of personal account, we say general ledger adjustment account or cost ledger control account to material control account. And in integral system, we will maintain personal account, so we will debit creditors account data to material control account. Instead of saying purchase returns, we say material control. If materials are coming in, debit material control. If materials are going out, to credit material control. Next, payments to creditors for supplies made. Creditors to cash or bank. See, creditors is personal account, cash is real account. Both these two are not maintained in non-integral system of accounting. So creditors account is not maintained, even cash account is also not maintained. So there is no journal entry in non-integral system of accounting, but in integral system of account, we are maintaining everything. So creditors to cash will come. So non-integral system of accounting journal entries in some areas, they are quite same or similar with financial accounting. Then issue of direct materials to production shops. You know what is the meaning of issue of direct material? To issue means to give. What is given? Direct materials are given. Where from? From the stores. To where? To the production shops, means factory or production departments. On what basis? Production departments will be making a request in writing on a slip called material requisition slip. So this document is coming in direct material cost, CAS 6, Cost Accounting Standard 6, which we already learned. So those who joined recently, I'll be once in the rotation, after completion of these things, I'll be covering whatever students have missed out. So materials are issued. So this is purely internal movement of raw material from stores to production department. And in cost records only, this movement is recorded, but not in the financial records. Why? Because a transaction means an activity where there is an exchange of money or money's worth takes place between the two parties. So this is because two parties means one is the business entity, say Naveen Enterprises with outsider. So there must be two parties, but within the organization, if something is happening, so that is movement of materials is happening, that is not recorded in the financial accounting, but in cost records it is recorded as it is taken to work in progress control to material control account. The same entry is in non-integral system as well as integral system. Next, issue of indirect materials to production shops. That is also not recorded because this is also internal movement of materials. Indirect materials, indirect labor, indirect expenses all are considered as factory expense. So factory overhead control account data to material control account. The same entry in integral system also, factory overhead control account data to material control account. Next, return of direct materials to stores. When materials are issued from stores to production department, there was no journal entry. And similarly, from production department to when materials are returned back to the stores department. Why? Because first production department has requested to issue 500 units of raw material, say raw material X, but 450 units only are used and 50 units are found to be in excess of the requirement. So they are returned back from production department to stores. So at the time of issue, there was no entry, and at the time of return by production department to stores department also, there is no entry in financial accounting. But in cost records, at the time of issue, we have written it is work in progress control to raw material control. And when materials are coming back, just reversal entry, raw material control to work in progress control. The same entry in integral system also we will pass. Then return of indirect materials to stores. At the time of issue, there was no journal entry. So therefore, at the time of return also, no entry in financial accounting. And but in non-integral system, in cost records, we will write material control to factory overhead control, because we have debited factory overhead control to material control. So the same, the entry is reversed. Reversal entry will be passed. So because materials are coming in back to the stores department, raw material control to factory overhead control. Materials are transferred from one job to another job. No entry is passed. But in each job, there we will maintain a code called job history code, and we will write the debit in the receiving job and and create the giving job. Okay, so in the job history code itself, the adjustments will be made. The giving job material expense will come down, so they will minus it. And in the receiving job, they will be writing materials received from so and so job. Okay. So since in job history code they are making the adjustment, no journal entry is required for transfer of materials from one job to another job. Then adjustment of normal depreciation in material stocks. Normal means unavoidable loss, and materials have lost their value. And if it is unavoidable loss, so no journal entry is required in financial accounting, and it is considered as factory overhead in cost records. So factory overheads control account or to material control account, because material control account is debited, so we'll create the factory overhead control to material control account, both in cost records and an integral system as well as non-integral system. Then adjustment of normal surplus in material stocks. Stocks will there is a surplus of stocks now, so no journal entry in financial accounting. So, but in non-integral system, it is material control account or to factory overhead control account. So materials are increasing value, so you have to debit material control account, and when they are issued, they are considered as factory overhead. So to that extent, factory overhead will come down. Factory overhead control account, we are saying. So because the expense comes down means we have to create the expense account. So this is the analysis. We have read 13 journal entries relating to raw materials. And now we will go for wages, payment of wages and salaries. So in financial accounting, wages to cash, salaries to cash or bank. So that is the normal journal entry which we were writing for so many years. And here we will say wages control account or to general ledger adjustment account or cost ledger control account, because cash is a real account, bank is a personal account, both are not maintained in a non-integral system of accounting, but in integral system of accounting, we are maintaining both. So wages and salaries account or to cash account or bank account. Cash is a real account. So immediately after the class, I will tell you what you have to read from the theory, and the same thing, of course, what I have come across, you also go through the theory. And for real accounts and personal accounts, we are using the word general ledger adjustment account or cost ledger control account in non-integral system of account. So then analysis of distribution of wages. So in financial accounting, only when payment is made or payment is to be made, that is outstanding, we will be writing. Suppose wages to cash account or wages to outstanding wages account if payable. Like that only we'll write, but analysis we will not be writing. When cost records we will be analyzing. So wages control is debited, so we'll create wages control. And wages related to jobs taken to work in progress control. Wages, indirect wages taken to, for indirect wages relating to factory or taken to production overhead control account. Wages, indirect wages related to office overhead control account or administration overhead control account. And selling and distribution overhead control to wages control account. The same journal entry in integral system also we are writing. So wages control so far we are debiting. That now we will create, because we have to close all control accounts one by one. Expense accounts must be closed. So wages control was debited. Now wages control is created. Okay. Next, payment of expenses. In financial accounting, rent paid, electricity bills paid, we will debit the respective expense account. Rent account or to cash. Electricity bills or electricity charges account or to cash or bank account. Stationery to cash or bank. Something like this we will be writing. But in a non-integral system and integral system, they are categorized into factory overheads, office overheads, selling and distribution overheads. So cash is not maintained. So for instead of cash, we are writing general ledger adjustment account. Production overhead control account or factory overhead control account or administration overhead control account or selling and distribution overhead control account or to general ledger adjustment account. So because cash account or bank account is not maintained in non-integral system of accounting, but they are maintained in integral system. So we will create cash account or bank account. And next, for recording of depreciation, depreciation is a loss. And all of us, we know that fall in value of an asset because of usage, its working capacity comes down. And the depreciation accounted or to asset account is the journal entry in financial records. And asset account is a real account. We are not maintaining that real account in non-integral system of accounting. Instead of writing a real account, we are writing general ledger adjustment account. So now it is printed properly with full spelling. So if the asset is related to factory, it is factory overhead control account or production overhead control account or if it is office furniture, depreciation of office furniture or office building, we'll say administration overhead control account or selling and distribution overhead control account or to general ledger adjustment account. So in integral system of accounting, so we are maintaining the asset account. So we'll create asset account, debit production overhead control, administration overhead control, selling and distribution overhead control to asset account. Any doubt is there? So far, totally 16 entries covered. Next, absorption of factory overheads. So overheads are absorbed on certain basis even before they are actually incurred. So therefore, they are included as part of total cost on estimation basis. For that, we are having different methods of absorption of overheads. Direct material cost percentage method, direct wages method, direct wages, labor hours, machine hours, production units method. So like this, we were using different methods of absorption. And so actual overhead say 50,000 and overheads absorbed into the books is only 40,000. Say 10,000 is under absorption. So for first, we are absorbing on some estimation basis. In financial accounting, because already we are debiting expense account and creating cash account. So absorption, the word absorption or recovery words will come only in the cost records. So in financial records, the word absorption will not come, only on actual payment or actual obligation to pay we are recording. So, but in cost accounts, the entry for absorption of factory overhead. So since factory overhead is absorbed, so factory overhead control account will come down. Factory overhead will come down. So create factory overhead control and debit work in progress control. Work in progress control to factory overhead control. Then spoiled or defective work. So in financial accounting, we will not write because good items only are counted at the end of the year as closing stock to be credited to trading account. In cost records, it is a loss. Spoiled work is arising due to inefficiency of management. That we will debit costing P&L account, costing P&L to work in progress control account. In integral system also the same entry. Then recording of cost of jobs completed. When work is completed, in financial accounting, we will not write the entry, but in cost records. So since work is completed, it's converted into finished goods. So finished goods control account at R2, work in progress control account. So far we have debited work in progress control and we'll create work in progress control now. And now the debit goes to finished goods control account. Finished goods control account R2, work in progress control to the extent the jobs completed. Then recording of cost of goods sold. For that also no journal entry in financial accounting, but in cost records, it is cost of sales account R2, finished goods account. The finished goods control account is debited, so we'll create finished goods control account and debit cost of sales. So for recording cost of goods sold, cost of sales to finished goods control account, finished goods. So in the integral system also, cost of sales to finished goods control. For recording of sales, now journal entry will come in financial accounting, financial records. Entry is cash to sales or customers to sales. That is debtors to sales. So cash is a real account and debtors is a personal account. Both are not maintained in non-integral system of accounting. Instead of writing that, we will write a general ledger adjustment account or cost ledger control account at R2. Sales, for sales, we will create costing P&L. And in integral system of accounting, it is cash, debtors to P&L. Next, absorption of administration overheads. For absorption, in financial accounting, we won't get journal entry. In cost records, entry is finished goods control to administration overhead control. Whatever the overhead we are absorbing, that we have to credit. So we are, because administration overhead control is getting closed, so we'll create administration overhead control account and debit finished goods control account. Finished goods control account are to administration overhead control account in both the books. That is in both the systems, in non-integral as well as integral system. In financial accounting, you won't get any journal entry because already we are writing the transaction on payment basis only. Then for absorption of selling and distribution overheads, so debit cost of sales and credit selling and distribution overheads. So wherever the word absorption is coming, that overhead control is to close. And since it is showing debit, we are creating because it was an expense. Cost of sales to selling and distribution overheads control account in both non-integral system and integral system. Then under absorption of overheads, in financial accounting, this will not arise because already overheads will be there. And in cost records, we will debit costing P&L account. Under absorption means as per cost record, say it is 40,000 and financial records, it is say 50,000. We have to make the expenses as equal as per both the records. And so therefore we have to increase the expenses by 10,000 in cost records. So for that, if expenses are increasing, your profits will fall as per cost records. So we debit costing P&L to overhead control account. And in non-integral in integral system of accounting, it is P&L to overhead control. This is for under absorption. For overhead, for over absorption of overheads. So in financial records, is no entry, and in cost records, it's overhead control account or to costing P&L account. So expenses are recorded on higher side in cost record. So when we are reducing the expense to make it to equal to the financial accounting records, so automatically your profit will increase in cost records. So overhead control to costing P&L. The same entry will come in non-integral system of accounting also. So this is the case. First, raw material purchase 40,000. They're asking you journalize the following transactions, assuming that cost and financial accounts are integrated. Integrated means under integral system of accounting, what is meant by journal entry? When materials are purchased, how do you write journal entry? So for that, you can refer the table, just what we have learned. Raw material control account or to cash account or bank account or creditors account. Because in integral system of accounting, we are using any of these names or all of these names. But in non-integral system of accounting, we are not using personal accounts or real accounts. So therefore, raw material control account or to cost ledger control account or general ledger adjustment account, we are writing in non-integral system of accounting. So you can see the journal entry here because it is in integral system of accounting. We are maintaining personal accounts, real accounts also. So material control account or to creditors account. What is the next journal entry? Direct materials issued to production. Just now we learned. Work in progress control to raw material control account. That is because in non-integral system of accounting, we can maintain. So work in progress control to raw material control account. So what is journal entry? Wages paid 30% indirect, 70% direct. So wages paid 30% of 24,000 is 7,200. Wages control account or to cash account. Wages charged to production 16,800. Work in progress control to wages control account 16,800.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, this wages paid. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Please ask.
Sir, this wages paid, how we should take it as wages control account to cash account, sir?
It is given na 24,000 paid.
Yes, sir. That means it comes under payment of wages and salaries, sir.
Yeah, wages control account or to cash account for wages. If it is salaries relating to office means administration overhead control account or to cash account in integral system.
Sure.
Because we are maintaining the cash account in integral system. In non-integral system, cash account is not maintained. So if it is a journal entry to be written under non-integral system or in cost records alone, the entry is wages control account or to general ledger adjustment account or cost ledger control account. Okay, so out of this 24,000, 30% is indirect, 70% is direct. 30% of 24,000 is 7,200. 70% is 16,800. So wages control is showing debit. So we'll create wages control account and debit for production. Wages charge for production means we will debit work in progress control account data to wages control account. This is for wages charge to production. So first we will take to work in progress, then finished goods, then cost of sales, then sales. This is a movement. Ultimately, all expenses are merged with the cost of sales. The manufacturing expenses incurred. What is journal entry for manufacturing expenses incurred? 19,000. So for understanding sake, we can compare. Under financial accounting, we will say factory expenses account or to cash account. In cost records, it is manufacturing overhead control account or production overhead control account or to. So since cash is a real account and not maintained in cost records, we will create general ledger adjustment account. Factory overhead control to general ledger adjustment account. But in integral system, factory overhead control account or to cash or bank. Right?
Okay, sir.
19,000. So only thing I request all of you to go to read thrice the study material, the journal entries given in the study material. That is final, and you will be getting a definite question for 5 to 6 marks from this lesson. Actually, I'll be continuing for some more topic to be covered in the next class. That is a reconciliation statement, and then items which will be covered are not are taken only in cost records and not taken in financial records. So to explain that, I'll be taking one more class. So this is what today is crucial class actually. Why? Because the journal entries are involved, and you will be asked question to prepare cost control accounts and reconciliation statement. So what is journal entry next? After 19,000, the entry is for 18,000 manufacturing overhead charged to production. So charged, recovered, absorbed. So since manufacturing overheads are charged, we will create manufacturing overhead or factory overhead or works overhead. So two factory overhead control account and debit work in progress control account. 18,000. Work in progress control account or two factory overhead control account. Then after that, selling and distribution overheads. Selling and distribution overheads for 4,000. So say so cost of sale to selling and distribution overhead control. Simply they left by saying selling and distribution overhead control. So we have to assume that it's already recorded in the books. Selling and distribution overhead control. Say to general ledger adjustment account for payment in non-integral system. In integral system, selling and distribution overhead control to cash account or bank account. And selling and distribution overhead control account will create because the debit is already made. So we will create selling and distribution overhead control and debit cost of sale. Rupees 4,000. Finished 4,000 cost of sales. Then after that, finished goods at cost. So in this case, finished goods control account at R2. To work in progress control account. Because work in progress control, we were debiting. First, we are transferring the expense to work in progress. Work in progress control is to be closed because work in progress once complete, it is becoming finished goods. So finished goods control to work in progress control. For sale of goods on credit, $58,000. Entries, normal financial accounting, debtors to sales. In integral system, it is debtors will not write. So general ledger adjustment account or so even so in integral system, so it will be debtors to sales. Instead of sales, we are saying P&L account. When money is collected from customers, cash to debtors. When payment is made to creditors to cash. So like this, it is coming. First, all of you read the journal scheme of journal entries. After that, you try to attempt the question by question. And when you are coming to the next class, please write down the page number, sum number, doubt. So as to ask immediately without searching for the doubt. And also you have to write these entries in your notes, because I am not giving the journal entries separately. For other chapters, I will be sending my written notes. That is job costing, batch costing, contract costing, process costing, everything I will be sending. Standard costing, marginal costing, budgets. For everything, I'll be sending that conceptual part. And for this alone, you please take it down from the study material. Okay, ma'am? I'll call you by day after tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.